Ugh. Ugh. It's pill time. Ugh. Alright. Hang on, everybody. Just give me a second. Right. Oh. Tastes like acetaminophen. It should be Tylenol, but you know, I'm a streamer. We ain't rich enough for the name brand here. Ugh. Hello, everybody. My name is Max, and I feel like death warmed up, but we're back. We're back from holiday. Hello, everybody. I have received a couple well, I say a couple. I've received like 4 messages from people like, Max, are you dead? Max, where are you? Max, where'd you go? Oh, Max, welcome back. Ooh, we miss you.
Off.
Maybe not that last one, but I told you all I was going on holiday. 4 times I told you I was going on holiday. I told you the dates that I'd be on holiday. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Hang on. I put my laptop somewhere and now I've got no idea where I put it. Did I not put it under here? I thought I put it down here. I did. Sorry. I think I've got Ebola. Or something similar. COVID-21? Question mark? I wonder if COVID is like a banned word on YouTube. It probably is. But yeah, not feeling good. Not feeling good. And so I thought, what better way to make myself feel worse than play Ark. Turn that bad boy on. I wonder if it's got battery. Yeah, it does. What did it go? Sorry if you guys are saying something. I have to set up my setup again. I have to set up my setup. Great words there, Jake. So I dismantled it all for when I went on holiday, so now I gotta set myself back up again. Hello, Twitch Pit. Yes, I just got back from the UK. Hello, hello. I just got back yesterday, so I'm a bit tired, and I've caught a disease from licking the bathroom doorknobs on the airplane. but I'm still alive. Hello, hello zombie, hello bean. Nice to see you guys. Hello, hello. I didn't die. I've got so many stories to tell. So much content that I can share with you. Max dies, 4K, 20 FPS. Right. Yeah, I'm back. Back from the UK. Okay, I've got a pint of water. It would be tea, but I'm off to the dentist tomorrow. Yeah, I'm off to the dentist tomorrow, so I'm like, okay, I gotta make sure my teeth aren't horribly stained. Thus, I would be drinking hot chocolate, but the only hot chocolate we've got in this house is expired as of 5 years ago. And like, you know, I value my life. Surprisingly, I know I don't have much to live for, but Ark is everything. Ark is life. Alright. It's been so long since I've played on a computer, everything feels wrong. Like, I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird to be back. But we are back. Pardon me. I might be streaming next week. I don't know. Depends if I'm still alive, really. Okay. Alright, we gotta... Sorry. We gotta get back into the groove of things here. First off, where am I? I'm on Herbivore Island. Second off, what am I doing? I genuinely have no idea what we were doing when we left. Why do we... Oh yeah, that's right. We just got an RG named Water for some reason. You guys suck. I just want to let you know. I forgot about that, to be honest with you. So yeah, got back from the UK, went to my cousin's wedding. Very, very nice, very nice. They got married in a cathedral, which was interesting. Sorry, I don't know if this is going to be a long stream. I'm going to go for as long as my voice can handle. But mostly this is just a hello guys, I'm still alive. It's literally tradition. Every time I go on holiday, I always get sick coming back. I don't know why it's coming back and not on the way there. You'd imagine that I'd have like equal chances. Oh, what? How long have I had a crocodile for? But yeah, so it was a good trip. We went quite a few places. Saw my grandmama, my grandpa and grandma. That was good. Because you know, my dear old grandpa is whatever he is, 86 now or something. They're all getting older. It's kind of weird actually, because I don't live there, right? So I don't see them 90% of the time. You know, I see them every year, maybe every second year, more likely. So I see they're like aging in spurts, I guess. I guess that's kind of a weird way to describe it, but that's called nursery tea bean, by the way. When you have like a tea with honey and sugar and lots of it, it's called nursery tea. It's the way my dad started me. And then as you get older, I guess you'll start drinking darker tea. At least that's how it worked for me. Oh, I tried a beer, by the way, while we were in the UK. Absolutely disgusting. Don't know why you guys like waste your time drinking that. Literally the worst thing I've ever tasted in my entire life, and I'm not even exaggerating. It was gross. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I don't know what I was expecting, but yeah, it was horrible. So, no more of that for me, thank you. Yeah, so it was a very nice wedding. It was in a cathedral, stone cathedral, and there was an organ that the I don't know what like I was gonna say the husband, the groom. There we go. That's the word. There was an organ that the groom's dad had donated to the cathedral that was playing. It was very nice, very nice. And then we went for dinner, and they fed me, I kid you not, gold. They fed me gold. They had this little like dessert with gold flake on it. So for the next 3 days, I was pooping just gold. I guess this is TMI, but I was looking down in the toilet and I was like, oh my god, I could see gold flakes in my own poop. I had to fight the urge to, like, you know, dig it out. You know? It's like, oh, I could sell that. I mean, I probably couldn't. Well, I could. I guess you could gold pan for poop, or through your poop to get the gold out, maybe. I don't really know. I didn't really think that much about it, but... American beer is quite different from European beer. Well, to be fair, I had a sip of my brother's lager, which was yeah, gross, very gross. Yeah, no, it was a nice wedding, very beautiful place. It was very like I don't know if you guys have watched Bridgerton, but it's very Bridgerton-esque. It was like this manor house surrounded by sheep, and you know there was gold flake and all that sort of jazz. And I have to say, I feel like I did not fit in there much. You know, I'd say I'm reasonably posh, but I'm not like gold flake posh. So it was a bit of a weird one. There was also hymns. We sung hymns at the church, and if you know me at all, you'll know I'm not particularly religious, so that was a bit of a shock for me. The hymns, specifically, and I had a lot of learning to do. Because they were like, okay, flip to hymn 502, right, or whatever. So I'd go to like page 502, and then they'd start singing this hymn, and I'd be like, okay, none of these words are what they're singing. And it's because you have to flip to hymn 502, not page 502. Which, like, how am I supposed to know? That was my first experience of trying to get this hymn in a book. So my girlfriend was, like, whacking me as I'm, like, flipping through this book. And I finally find the, like, right page, and then the hymn is over, and we're sitting down. And it's like, oh. So I just did all of this to achieve nothing at all. That's a lot of hymns. It was so many hymns being... It was a high Church of England that they got married in, so that's like closer to Catholicism than it is like anything else. You know, there's incense and stuff. So, oh, I forgot I made a gun. That's right. How long have I had this for? Yeah, it was nice though. Oh my god, my voice cannot take too much more of this. I'm trying to drink as much water as possible to like extend the stream, but it's like, uh-oh. Houston, we have a problem. Oof, can you imagine if I died from that? That'd be so dumb. Okay, right. I have stuff to do. I want to get a baryonyx, actually. I don't know how we're going to get a baryonyx back to the island is the one problem, but I do want one, so let's figure it out. I wonder if that church is older than the US. Yes. Yes, it 100% was older than the US because it was made in 1180 or something, so... I would say the US wasn't even a twinkle in its father's eye. Who am I being called by? I'm being called by Vernon. Ah, yes. Hang on, excuse me. I have to take this. Hello everybody. Yeah. It's jamming. Sorry, it's just my dentist calling. I have to reschedule my appointment because, you know, I'm not allowed to be sniffling and in the dentist office. Something, COVID, something, I don't know. Fortunately, the British immune system is the best in the world. I mean, considering that, you know, I was licking the bathroom doorknobs on the aircraft. A cold is the least of my worries. But yeah, it was crazy. So, no one told me that, like, the hymns were numbered. So I was flipping through the pages. I found page 502, and none of the words were matching up to what they were singing. And I was like, okay, I must be doing something wrong. And I heard my brother next to me in the most, like, off-key voice I've ever heard. It's a good thing we were sitting at, like, the very back of this cathedral, because like, my singing is bad. Don't get me wrong. I'm well aware that my singing is not great, but his singing was, I would akin it to, I don't know, like, a screech, maybe? And the funny thing is, oh, I'm so gonna die from this, aren't I? Whoa. The funny thing was, I'm pretty sure he was doing it intentionally. Why are you telling me I'm such an atheist? How? I've never held a hymn book before until the wedding, and it was delivered to me. Like, they gave me this little book, and then there was like this little pamphlet with like all the hymns that I'm supposed to be singing on it. And this organ was playing, and I was trying to find it. Oh, it was so stressful. Kayla was whacking me because I kept singing the wrong words. Because, you know, it would be like, find hymn 472 or whatever from the Thanksgiving section. I was like, oh, I didn't know there was a Thanksgiving section. And I'd start singing, and it would be totally the wrong words. And then I'd stop singing, and I'd start flipping, and it was a disaster. But I did find the right... Like, I figured it out eventually when Kayla literally handed me the open page. Hello, Donut. I need to play Fallout New Vegas, do I? I was playing Fallout 4 not too long ago. But I found like I kind of had to stop because everyone kept telling me how to play the game. And like, I just... I don't know how Bibles... It wasn't a Bible. They didn't hand me a Bible. It was a little green book which said the British hymns of the British Church or whatever, and then they just started going. They should have given me like an instruction manual, like baby's first religious experience. Hello, by the way, Dino Face. Oh. Did I sing well? No. Hard to sing well when you don't know anything about the song. Like, when you don't even know what word comes next. How you... you know, like... Obviously it's a hymn, it's designed to be somewhat easy, but when you don't know what key or what is the first note or what comes next... The worst problem was when one sentence would go high and I'd be expecting it to be like the same as the rest of the sentences. Anyway, that was my church experience. And then after I pooped gold for 3 days from the gold leaf that they gave me, yeah, that's about it really. I wasn't very pleased with my brother because the wedding was in York and we were staying in an Airbnb and it was, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes away from the wedding. And we left because Kayla was feeling unwell. It was lovely food, but very, very rich, and I think it just did not agree with her stomach. So I left at about 11 o'clock, and the wedding was supposed to end at 11:30. And I told my brother, I said to him, you know, we had to spend an hour looking for an Uber to take us from the venue back to the Airbnb. So please don't be too late. Those are the words I said, because we only had one set of keys, so someone had to be up to let them in. My brother and his girlfriend. So I'm sitting there, we get back at probably about 12, you know, I've got to drive 6 hours tomorrow to get from our Airbnb to my grandmama's house. So I'm sitting there, it's 12 o'clock, and they still haven't arrived, and I get a call at 12:01, and it's my brother, sounding absolutely smashed, and he's like, so, how did you guys get home? Because, we can't find an Uber. And I'm like, I told you when we left not to be too late, because you won't find an Uber. he was like, no you didn't, no you didn't. But yes I did, you total daft moron. And so he didn't manage to find an Uber. He had to call a taxi, and he finally strode in at 2 a.m. and I'm sitting on this couch wanting to go to bed, absolutely shattered, when he rolls in smelling of beer and ugh, it was a disaster. It was a disaster. I was not a happy bunny. I acknowledge the fact that I'm, you know, I was about to say I'm not usually a happy bunny, but when it comes to drinking I have very little tolerance for poor decisions. But yeah, I was not very pleased with that. But other than that, it was good. Kayla looked very beautiful. She had a very nice dress on. I looked like a fat pig in my suit. So once the cold is gone, we're going to go back to Operation Get Fit. I know that we never really started Operation Get Fit, but we're going to start and finish Operation Get Fit. Did they hold you an ancient tome? Basically, it's not that hard. Let's just pick a note. It's probably unimportant. Yes, finally. Hello, Tyrant King. But still, I have to agree with Jamin. Max, hymn books are easy to understand. Thank you so much. Okay, but like, I feel like you guys, at least Jamin, I feel like it's hard to describe. You have to understand, I've never been in a church before, apart from to like look at the old stuff, but I've never actually been to like a service. I went to a Church of England school when we were very young, and I remember like saying grace for what we're about to receive. Please make us truly thankful. Whatever. I always thought that was dumb, because in my, you know, 3-year-old child opinion, God did not cook the whatever slop we were eating at school. It was the mean old lunch lady, and I don't know why I'm supposed to be thankful for her. I wanted chicky nuggies. Next, school started with me while you're away. What life are you on? I don't know, 37, 38. RimWorld, but every colonist I do, yeah, that would do it. We will be playing RimWorld, by the way. I vaguely considered playing RimWorld today, because while I was away, I bought the RimWorld DLC on my laptop. I also did a lot of reading while I was away. I read the Empire of the Vampire, which is honestly like, I'm not a huge fan of the sort of vaguely romance books, but it wasn't much romance and quite a lot of blood and gore, so I did enjoy that one. I also read The King's Way, and I also read Empire of the Damned, which I didn't think was as good as the first one. I feel like nothing is ever as good as the first one. I was 8 months old the last time I was in a church. Honestly, Zombie, I was just thankful for the fact that I didn't like keel over and die immediately upon entering holy ground. Yeah, you know, there was a zero. Sorry, I am so tired. I woke up. I went to bed yesterday at 6 p.m, which was a mistake. I acknowledge that. But our flight got cancelled in Vancouver, so we flew from Gatwick into Vancouver. And then we had another connecting flight to my local airport. And it was the connecting flight that got cancelled. And it was just cancelled because WestJet, the company we were flying with, is incompetent and didn't have enough pilots. Don't know if I can say that someone's incompetent. They might sue me. Well, whatever. We'll cross that bridge when they come to it. They didn't have enough pilots for the flight, so they cancelled our flight after making us wait 4 hours in the airport. First they told us that there wasn't enough air traffic controllers for the flight, which clearly was a lie. And then they told us that there was an unscheduled aircraft maintenance, which, again, clearly a lie. And then they told us that, actually, we just can't find a pilot, so if you could please all go home. So, once they decided to cancel our flight, they then got to play a little game of let's go around to every single WestJet agent in Vancouver Airport, trying to find out which one of them is going to give us our hotel, because unlike everyone else, apparently, on that flight, we did not live in Vancouver,
and we'd just gotten off a 9-hour flight from the UK, which I don't know if you've ever been on a long distance, long haul flight. And I know I'm lucky to be able to, you know, afford to go on one, etc., etc. But when you're sitting in economy class and not in business, which I've never been in business for the record, but when you're economy scum and you're sitting, you know, wedged next to, it's always like someone gigantic next to me. I don't know why, but they always take up like 5.5 seats. And I've got no room, and I'm just like praying that either the plane crashes or like, I don't know, I die suddenly. Like, I'm not, well, you know, I'm a little bit chunky now. I think it's okay to fat shame myself, right? I don't know, but yeah, I'm usually a skinny guy, so I usually get crunched up. And yeah, it was just a bit of a disaster. It was just a bit of a disaster. I was not a very happy bunny. We had to wait in a line for 3 hours to finally talk to the lady, who finally gave us a hotel, which was 50 kilometers away from the airport, which meant by the time we rolled up at 3 AM, and our next scheduled flight was at 9, we had about like 3 hours to sleep before we got back on another plane to finally get home. But it's okay though, because they gave us a $10 meal voucher, and I don't know if you know, in Canadian dollars, $10 is maybe enough to, I don't know, cry in. Paul Maxton has to fly economy and not his 7th private A3. I would love to fly. I've never flown business, but I want to. Like, I know I'm lucky to fly, but a long-haul economy flight is brutal. And I know you're all going to make fun of me for this, but it's so difficult. Because, you know, inevitably there's a fight for the armrest, and then inevitably the person in front of you leans back, and inevitably you end up with your knees in the face, your arms in your crotch, begging for the time to slip by, and you open your book and you do some reading, and then you think, oh, you know, it must be like, we must be 9 hours in by now, and then you look at the stupid screen and it's like, oh, by the way, you've got 5 hours to go, have fun. And it's like, oh! And so you go use the toilet or whatever, and it's just like a sea of sick, sloshing from side to side as the plane vibrates suddenly, because, I don't know, the pilots are having some fun doing little donuts in the sky. And if you're like me, you immediately feel vomity, because you can't afford the window seat, so I didn't get one. I was on the, like, middle of the 4, which, like, the middle of the 4 is the worst seat in history, because you don't have a window, you have to fight for the armrest, and you don't even have the aisle, so you have to get through people to go pee. I don't like flying. I like flying, like, when I'm in control of the aircraft. I do not like being sandwiched between, you know, 6 people, praying that my pilots have not just been divorced or whatever. But on the bright side, they did bring me curry, which, in retrospective, was probably a mistake. It's my body does not handle spicy things well. I know I'm like the whitest person in human history, but I had that curry, and then I had 8 trips to the airplane bathroom, and each time it was more disgusting than the last. Anyway, I want to try out this gun. So, hello, Lystrosaurus. Very effective. Very effective. I think I'm flying business on Monday. I'll let you... I need you to, like, donate $1 million to me, so I don't have to fly economy again. I'm kidding right away. Economy's fun. As long, you know, at the end of the day, as long as it gets you where you're going, you can't really complain. Of course, WestJet didn't get us where we were going, so I can complain, but I digress. I also don't really know what I'm doing. I think it's raining outside. Nepo baby has to use public transportation, gone wrong. I actually used a lot of public transportation. We went on the train quite a few times. Liked the train. Train is great. The train is great because you've got so much room. Because we got the train... Sorry, let me tell the story. So on the way there, obviously we went local airport, Vancouver to London Gatwick, and then London Gatwick up to York. So it was a 30-hour travel day by the time we actually rolled up, which was not fun. But 5 of those hours were on the beautiful railroad, which I love the railroad. It's very nice. Mostly because we went first class on the railroad. To be fair, it was a £1 difference when we upgraded at the train station, so if you guys are about to complain that I'm a Nepo baby, I'm going to lose my mind. Hello, Fireflash, by the way. But yeah, what else did we do? So, we went to go see a play as well on the West End. We saw the Book of Mormon, which was so funny. Absolutely hilarious. Maybe if you're Mormon, less funny. But the quick synopsis was it was a play about a group of Mormons who go to Uganda to try and convert the people there to their religion. Which was, you know, full of hijinks. Very, very funny. It was a musical, actually, which I was not expecting, but I was open to. I spent most of the flight humming a lot of the songs from the musical, while Kayla desperately rolled her eyes and prayed that I would stop. Because, like, you know, imagine this, middle of the Atlantic, you're sitting there in your aircraft, and then you just hear Asadiba Igawai. Here's the butcher, he has AIDS. Here's the doctor, he has AIDS. Very, very funny. Politically correct? Probably not, but very, very funny. Which honestly could be the slogan for my channel at this point in time. I'm assuming that you guys cannot get up here. Is that 2 Alpha Raptors? Holy Jesus. Ooh, ooh. Flee! It's morally correct to laugh at Mormons. Well, you know, I don't know if I agree with you guys on that. I feel like if you're laughing at someone because of their religion, it's, like, not good. Although, to be fair, like, Mormons and Jehovah's Witnesses, it's a little bit more funny, because they do spend their time tormenting everyone else by coming and knocking on my door and going, "Have you heard of our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ?" And you go, "I'm quite happy with my current provider of Jesus, thank you." And then they go, "We'll see you in hell," or whatever it is. Well, I guess probably not "we'll see you in hell." But, yeah, it was very funny. Would recommend. If you're in London, I would recommend going to see the Book of Mormon, as long as you're 18 plus. If you're not that, please don't. Do that. There was another very funny song. It was "Turn It Off," which was hilarious. I won't spoil it, just in case you are going to go see it ever, but hilarious. Very funny. 10 out of 10. Max did enjoy. I also sung that song halfway over the Atlantic, you know? If you're not 18, why are you watching the stream? It's a good question. I mean, to be fair, I don't tag my stream with, like, mature audiences only. Because it's not like we're, you know... It's not like I've ever had David twerk on stream, so, like, I feel like we're not that mature, but at the same time, some of the things we talk about are somewhat mature. So I'm just going to let people make up their own minds, and, you know, just remember, if you're here and you end up at the pearly gates and you get damned for all eternity because you watched me, it's not my fault, alright? You guys are adults. You can make your own decisions. Okay, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm very, very tired. I've just kind of been flying around and achieving nothing. What should I be doing? Okay, well, I've got enough metal to, I don't know, start a... Oh, how long has this been in here? Am I wearing metal armor? No, I'm wearing leather armor. What? I'm missing a helmet, though. What am I out of? I'm out of hide. I need to go find something to shoot. If only I actually looted that Lestrosaurus. definitely okay to laugh at Mormons. Well, it was very funny. It was very funny. The creator of the show was the guy who made South Park. So, very, very funny excursion into the Mormon religion. Maybe, obviously, I told my dad that we were watching the Book of Mormon, and I kid you not, he was like, "Are you converting?" I was like, "No, Dad, it's like a comedy about Mormonism. I'm not converting. That's not what we're doing here." And he's like, "It's okay, you know, we'll accept you." I'm like, "You know, I appreciate this, Dad, but no, that's not what that is." Would it go up or down, do you think? What do you mean? What do you mean, Bean? You gotta make this, like, very clear. Because I'm very tired. So, don't stop speaking in riddles to me, boy. Girl. Thing. Viewer. There you go. Oh, I'm actually missing legs as well. Anyway, yeah, very funny. I don't think I need my leather armor anymore, because I will never be wearing it again. What else? If you convert to Mormonism, you hunt down everyone who's chat and go door to door. Asking what's, you get no context, I guess. Okay. I don't even know what thing you were, like, referring to later. I thought Jammin retracted a message. Can I, like, unretract it so I can view it? No. Damn it. Damn it, Jammin. Anyway. I don't know. I don't have too much of a problem with Mormons. I have a slightly more problem with Jehovah's Witnesses, because they're always... Literally every time there's an exam at my university, they decide that that is the day that they're going to start preaching. And it's like, no, don't want to hear about your cult. I want to go to my exam, please. Shut up. And then they're like, Jesus is the way. And I'm like, I am going to do naughty things. Yes, that's the way you threaten Jehovah's Witnesses. I will do naughty things. I'm going to do whatever it is that they don't like. I was going to say drink coffee, but that's Mormons. They don't like it when you do that. Do I have a parachute? Yes. Okay, good. Oh, the Twitch bots are back. Good, good, good. Excellent. Ugh, Jesus, can you guys come up with some better names? Like, I've just got an Ankylosaurus called Gregory. Spelt weird. We've got Xiawin, who's just a recycle of the last one, Jammin. We've got a Parasaur that's unnamed. We've got an Argy, which is called Water for some reason, which somehow is worse than Burb, which is your last one. You need a saddle, though. Mormons can't drink coffee. Mormons cannot drink coffee. Their body is a temple that cannot be soiled by coffee. I assume, therefore, it must apply to, like, you know, drugs as well. But maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I'm not a Mormon. What's it in R? Oh, we went to Silverstone as well. If any of you are Formula 1 fans, went to Silverstone. I bought a Formula 1 shirt. You'll have to guess which shirt I bought, but yeah, very, very good. Apart from, I was wearing it in my grandmama's village, and this, I'm pretty sure it was a crazy homeless man, came up to me and was like, "Ah, oh, you know, the guy you're wearing, he wins all the time. It sucks." And it's like, why are you talking to me? And no, he doesn't. Like, I don't think he's won anything for the last 700 years. But please stop interacting with me. So saw my cousin. That was nice. Obviously, I saw the cousin that was getting married, but I also saw my other cousins, which was nice. I haven't seen them for a little while. Yeah, getting. It's weird because obviously I live so far away. I very rarely see them. So when I do see them, they're always quite different than how I remember. You know, like the cousin that I remember was, I think she was 12 last time I saw her. But now she's 16, so I don't see most of my cousins and my uncles and my grandparents' lives. I see little snippets, you know? Like I remember how they were last time I saw them, and then this time they're completely different, and then the next time they'll be different again. And I will admit, it does suck. It does suck quite a lot. Especially as my grandparents are starting to get older. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. It is tough. And the wedding was tough as well, because one of my grandfathers has already passed, and the other one of my grandfathers is, he's not well. Put it that way, he's not well. He's not well at all. He unfortunately couldn't come to the wedding. He just wasn't up to coming, which is obviously heartbreaking for everyone involved, especially my cousin, who didn't have her grampy there to congratulate her, but obviously heartbreaking for my grandma as well. Not grandma. Because obviously grampy wasn't there. So yeah, not good, and I won't go too deep into it, but yeah, he's not well. He's not well. I probably, unfortunately, won't. Yeah, I will not see him again. Probably, as horrible as that is, but that's just the truth. Because I've got university. And, you know, I've got my own life that I have to live, and I can't go back for the next couple of months, basically, while I'm at uni. So that's the truth of the matter. So I will say that did somewhat put a dampener on my trip, especially because, unfortunately, I didn't really get to say like goodbye or anything, because obviously I was going to see him at the wedding. And then he unfortunately couldn't make it, so sad, but we'll soldier on. And who knows, he might recover. He's had a battle with cancer for 25 years now, and every time I go back, without fail, it's always, oh, you know, this is the last time, and it never is the last time. And every time, I've always said, oh, you know, it felt like the last time this time. And every time, it's not the last time. I don't know how he keeps chugging along, but he keeps chugging along. And it's impressive. I will admit, it is impressive. But yeah, so. Also about the fact that incest is a sin, and yet we all came from Adam and Eve. Nickname can be formed. If it wasn't Max Verstappen, I wouldn't know it was Max Verstappen. Had some explanations by the church, but I'm not a creationist. 1% on the side of evolution. Hi, never ends. I also feel a bit heartbroken by not putting more effort in to see him. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough because I can't drive down and see him. You know, it's not like he lives 6 hours away by car or 5 hours away by car or whatever. I have to book a flight, and I have to get time off university, and I do have a reading week, so I have 1 week potentially in November where I could go back, but. If you've ever gone to England, a week is not much. Because by the time you travel, that's 2 days. So if you leave on Friday, you'll probably arrive on Saturday in the UK. And when you arrive, you're going to immediately go to bed because you'll be exhausted. So you'll wake up on Sunday, and that's really the first day you get to spend. And of course, if you've got uni, that means you have to leave on Friday. So you really only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and that's it. So it is tough. So if you do have grandparents that you can go see, I would, recommend seeing them. Make some time to go see them. But yeah, so it was tough this time, but we'll get through it. Grandma seemed okay, and Grandmama was her usual self. My brother was like, oh, get ready, Grandmama's older. And it's like, yeah, she's a year older, you moron. Of course she looks a year older, that's how time works. She's 88. Like, yes. So, but no, Grandmama was in good spirits. I made Grandmama a meal. She didn't die. That's a good sign. Good progress. Good progress. Okay, I feel like I should go to one of these monolith things and see what I need to actually summon one of the bosses, and then we can start working towards that, because, let's be honest, the longer I fly around aimlessly, the more likely I am to die. I'm already quite likely to die, because I'm still quite tired. I went to bed at 3, woke up at... No, sorry, I went to bed at 6, woke up at 3. There we go, those are the words I'm looking for. And I've been up since then. If I'm honest with you, I was watching, oh my god, I'm gonna be so... Can we, like, have a we listen but we don't judge period on this channel for a couple seconds? Okay? Let's just all agree that this is a we listen don't judge period. I was watching K-pop Demon Hunters on Netflix until, like, 5 AM or whatever. Okay, I do not want to hear it from you. Okay, hang on. I actually have to look at the things. What do I need? Clever, Hunter, and Massive. Massive D's last. Way, boy. Yeah. So that was a thing for me to watch, and you know what is the worst bit about it? I kind of liked it. Well, I do occasionally write reviews for stuff, so we'll see. I'll have an excuse. What's yours? The KDA, the League of Legends one. I was a Lux main when I played League of Legends. For all of 6 seconds or whatever. We used to have a Best Buy team that we'd compete in competitions with. We never got very far, mostly because I could not hit my Q, E, or R, but occasionally I hit my W, so let's go, boys and girls and everything else. Ugh, I'm gonna have to go get some more water soon, for the record. What is happening down there? The Huntrix are fit. Sadness is anime themed. Okay. Got a little bit concerned you're describing them as fit, but okay. Alright, fair enough, whatever. You're a Jinx main. Yeah. Can you carry me? Oh god, what was it called? What was the... Hang on, don't tell me. Shut up, everybody. I have to think. This is Max trying to think with, like, barely any sleep. ADC, attack damage carrier. Here we go. when you're playing League of Legends, for those of you who have not played it, and for the record, I don't actually recommend playing it. I did not enjoy my time in League of Legends, but for those of you who are wondering, there's like different lanes that you can go down. So I would play Lux as support in bottom lane, and one of my co-workers called Jerry would play either Jinx or, oh god, there was a couple others he played, but it was mainly Jinx. Oh no, there was Caitlyn. He used to play Caitlyn as well. I think he played Caitlyn a lot more than he played Jinx. But yeah, so when you're playing support with your ADC, you guys play a lot closer together than maybe you do if you're playing bottom lane and top lane. So, there you go. You try to think, oh no, did it hurt? Yes, yes it did, for the record. I've literally done nothing apart from fly aimlessly around this entire time. No, that's not true. We did look at what artifact we need. I probably grabbed Ally the Croc, who I guess is an ally of the LGBTQ community. My headcanon is that Croc is transgender. Don't know why. I used to play League of Legends both with my like work friends and with one of the friends I used to play the Isle with. Whenever we got bored of the Isle, we'd go and play League of Legends. But it was tough. It was tough. I have 2 different accounts, one on the European servers and one on the North American servers, and I only ever played Lux on both of them. Because I figured that you just needed to get good at one champion instead of getting multiple champions. That was my plan. It didn't work because everyone would either always pick Lux or always ban Lux, and then you have to play something else, and then, you know, if you haven't practiced any other champion, you're kind of screwed. But it's fine. Anyway. I got a dentist appointment on my birthday as well, which is going to suck now, but I can't really go like this. The dentist is not going to approve when they're like in my mouth, you know, and then suddenly my nose just starts running, or I sneeze, or I cough, or I don't know. Is he talking about League? Yes, I was talking about League. Am I not allowed to talk about League of Legends? Jesus, what is this game shaming? My short period of... I think I even still have League installed. Oh, I forgot I had a little thing here. Little thing. This was my first house, if you can call it that. Oh my god, it's got narcotics in it as well. Those are mine. Just rescheduled. Yeah, I did reschedule. You know, I'm not like the worst person in human history. I do occasionally have a heart. I know this is gonna shock my chat, but like it's not like I spend my life cackling evilly about how I'm gonna ruin the dentist's day by like sneezing on them. Puking on your dentist is the worst. Zombie, I feel like there's a story there, and I feel like you have to tell us now. Okay. Thanks, Neverend. If I die, I'm gonna blame you. I'm gonna go fill up my water. I want about most of the cosplayers. Okay, Tyrant. Jesus Christ. Find a girlfriend, mate, or something.
can see a light. The devil's coming to swallow me up. Max is like one of the old Bond villains that are just like incredibly transparently evil. Why am I evil, Jamin? What have I done that's made me evil? Like, what's... I feel like I haven't done anything that's been particularly evil for a little bit. Good job, zombie. Nice shot. What is that? Why is it gold? Oh, I forgot that it's like minus -1 billion on this island for some reason at night. Hello, Swishy. I know you're probably waiting for War Thunder, and to be honest, it is coming. I felt the itch. I did feel the itch to play War Thunder today, I must admit. I thought long and hard about whether or not I wanted to start up Ark or whether I wanted to start up War Thunder. And for the first time in a long time, War Thunder almost won. Thanks, Swishy. Appreciate you. No one else has said they're sorry I'm feeling ill. Everyone else just cackled evilly and is praying that the sickness takes me. So you know what? I appreciate you. Jammin's over there with a little voodoo doll, which I don't know if the Catholic Church would approve, but presumably if you use it to like kill a demon, all is good. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what the Catholic Church's opinion on witchcraft is. Probably not good. Probably not good. I'm glad you are not feeling good. See? Jammin? I'm just saying. Like, if you see the pearly gates, that is gonna come up. They're gonna have a triple look at you there. They're gonna be like, like, yeah, you are like a monk, but you know, this has got to be a mark against you. Max, while you were gone, I watched someone else play War Thunder. It's a very boring game. Wow, honestly, zombie, that does hurt a bit. I feel like I feel betrayed, you know. At least I would do if I. Well, I mean, I don't know why I bother. My audience spends most of their time waiting for my inevitable demise, I suppose. Although, again, to be fair, I do spend most of my time insulting my audience by either implying that they don't have a girlfriend, or, you know, calling them old, or all the other, like, horrendous things I've done. You know what? Someone's got to be the villain. Can you stop doing whatever it is you're doing and start, like, working? It's a parasol working 9 to 5 because I need narco berries making drugs tonight. The next verse that was going to come out my mouth was definitely going to get me demonetized, so I did not say it. I am a smart boy.
I don't know why this is in my head. Tequila. That's right, Jamin. Don't you worry. The devil looks after his own. I'm gonna outlive you. Keep a spot warm for me down there. Unless I'm right, and then I'll keep a spot warm for you next to the worms. Ugh. Rishi, you know, despite the desire to begin a parasocial relationship with my audience, while I was away, you know, I've come to the realization that, you know, my audience, to put it very simply, doesn't love me and would replace me immediately. And you know, it's very liberating. Yeah, it's good to know your place, and my place is the court jester, or you know, the clown. I feel like if this was a medieval kingdom, I would be the jester, desperately trying to entertain the king. Otherwise, he gets his head cut off. All right, I want to take Ally into the cave because I want to get one of the artifacts. I don't know if Ally's, you know, a high enough level for this, considering that he, I think, is 24. But oh no, what level are you now? Ah, yeah. Oh, she. Well, that's good. I'm glad I keep you entertained, zombie. I do have other news for you. Guess who finally, after like months of me telling him to, installed Ark on his Steam Deck? If you're guessing the Dave Meister, you would be correct. So I know my viewership is suddenly going to triple in the next couple of days, and I'm going to be honest with you, it is going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt deep down inside, but I'm not going to let it show, because then you guys will know, you'll sense my weakness. I would describe the YouTube chat sort of like vultures. If I go to hell, I'm taking over. Yeah, you know, zombie, if you end up in hell, the devil's going to have an issue. Zombie's gonna end up in hell, and she's gonna pull out a demonic hickory stump and her golden fiddle. Back for round 2, baby. I might need a cup of tea. I feel like my voice needs like a reminder that it's British, and we, the British, have never failed in the path of our duty. Is he going to play from the back of the semi again? That's literally the only place David plays from. You got to give him credit, though. I mean, I'll never... Oh, wow. I was going to say I'll never say it to his face, but I have said it to his face. It's... David is an idiot. Don't get me wrong. His IQ begins with the decimal point, but he is, like, the quintessential American. He's like the American that Americans aspire to be, you know? He's got his white picket fence, but it hasn't gone to his head. You know, he's got a wife, a daughter, but he's not, you know, bombing an innocent country for oil. I'm not saying that you guys should aspire to be David, because obviously David is an idiot, but he does have a couple good qualities occasionally. I mean, let's not forget that this man broke his back, and then like the next day he was back up and at it again. Again, idiot, but good qualities. Me on the other hand, I get a cold and I'm like, oh, death is on its way. Anyway, I don't want to talk about it, chat. I know you guys are just sitting there going, David's so much nicer and better than you, and we wish David was the streamer, and you know what, I get it, okay? You guys don't like me. You're only here for the vid. For the COVID. It's funny because it's true. Boo! Are you feeling like you're gonna level up pretty soon, ally? Well, my girlfriend and I have got some we got some difficult choices ahead for us, obviously. What with everything happening to Canada at the moment, you know, I can't imagine it's going to get better, put it that way. And unlike everyone else basically in Canada, we do have another option, so we spoke at a decent length about whether that would be a good choice or not for us. David is the American pie. Why is my audience made up of Americans? I spend most of my day bashing America. But yeah, so we've got some difficult choices ahead, and you know, it's sad that we have to consider these, but you know, I can't imagine that as of tomorrow the Americans, present company excluded, are going to suddenly decide that Canada's a nice country again and let's not cause a recession/depression. So yeah, difficult. You know, we'd both end up making more money if we were in England compared to if we were in Canada. And houses are almost affordable, but obviously, you know, she's got her family here. And obviously I have family in the UK, but it's a little bit different for me because I haven't grown up with my family, right? Like, you know, I don't want to say the bond is severed because obviously it's not, but you understand. It doesn't cost me anything to stay in Canada, but it costs her a lot to move to the UK. And thus, yeah, well, it's sad. Whatever it is, it's sad. Ugh. Even if you don't admit it, that Canada needs USA. I think I think Canadians are willing to do quite a lot to not need that. But yes, obviously the USA is one of the biggest countries. Well, it is the most powerful country in the world, bar none, basically. You know, you'd have to be crazy to think that you can get by without it. But, of course, I also think that Canadian people are a bit upset at the moment. And I think they probably have a right to be. But that's for the politicians to decide. For us, we just gotta do what's best, whatever that may be. And yeah, well, it's sad. It is sad. Like, no matter what side of the aisle you're on, you gotta admit it's sad. It is very upsetting that we're having this conversation. But it is what it is. So, there's no point getting struck down about it. I think we sorry, we probably shouldn't. We shouldn't discuss too much of this. Obviously, everyone's going to have different thoughts and feelings, and this is I'm supposed to be a dancing clown, not a political advisor. Obviously, I'm Canadian, and with that comes some biases. I didn't mean to spark a thing. I just wanted to tell you what we were talking about. Also, I'm too tired to make like intelligent arguments, so like, please don't expect this from me. The issue is I don't have that much food. Like, obviously I've got some, but like, I don't have many berries. Download the game. I don't know how to play. Do I have to put an email sign in? You download it on what? What device? Are you on Xbox? Because yes, Xbox, you need to be signed in. Well, you need to be signed in to download it. So, but you should just be able to start it and go. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm gonna have to go make a cup of tea soon, and it's gonna take me like 20 minutes. I don't really want to like leave the stream for like, well, it won't take me 20 minutes, it'll take me like 5 minutes, but I think I need a tea to continue. I'm going to go get some meat before we do this anyway, so let's go back to Herbivore Island. I'll make a tea, you guys can talk amongst yourselves for 5 minutes, and I'll stay on the chat on my phone while I make it, but PlayStation, unfortunately I don't have a PlayStation, so I do not know. I used to. I had a PlayStation 3 that I played Skylanders on. I do fancy a cuppa, actually. I've had way too much tea in the last like 2 weeks, because you go to England, you sit down, it's like, do you want a cuppa? And it's like, yes, Grandmama, I would love a cuppa. But no, it's good. Yeah, it's good to connect to my roots a bit. It is good. It is good. But yeah, kind of sad. Sad for a number of reasons. But it's good to be back. It's good to be back, and hopefully, you know, me and my girlfriend never have to make that choice, because hopefully things in Canada will settle. But yeah, I know I need to shut myself down, because this is not a good conversation to have with the chat. But you know, I will admit it was an upsetting conversation to have. I never at no point did I ever think that I would like want to go back, if that makes sense, or consider going back. So that's why it was upsetting. That's why it was a difficult conversation for me. But yeah, we'll see what happens. That's all we can do. What else do I have to talk about? I told you all about the flights, and I think I spoke about the Tower of London. We went to Oxford as well. You actually say a cup of tea. You said y'all. No, boys, behave. A cuppa. Depends on which bit of England you're from. despite the way I sound, I don't know, I think Tyrant might be English in the chat. I don't have the correct accent from where I'm from. Obviously my accent is horribly Canadian-sized? I don't know. I've got a very strong Canadian twang now, you know? I will admit that hurt a little bit when my auntie was like, oh, you sound Canadian. I was like, okay, thanks for that little factoid. I mean, like, I am Canadian, so it shouldn't hurt, but at the same time, you know, I'm still English, so a little bit of me is like, great, excellent. Take that one with me to the grave. But, yeah. My accent, I'm actually from the north of England, but my accent is basically my mother's and my father's, and they're from the south, from London. So, I have kind of this awful mix of the two. So one of my set of grandparents would say a cup of tea, a cup of tea, a cup of tea, and my other grandparents would say a cup of tea. Depends also on like whether you're like posh or middle class, or I feel like lower class is, it feels like such an insult to say, but you get my drift. It depends on your social standing as well, which description you might use. Okay, I'm gonna go and make myself a cup of tea. For the love of all that's holy, do not discuss politics in the chat. I will be watching, as will Zombie. I know I shouldn't have brought it up. That was my bad. You're British born and bred. I thought you were. What part of England are you from? Sorry, I'll be in the chat and something myself. I actually imported Yorkshire tea from the UK in my bag. I don't know if that's legal, but I got it. Obviously it is, otherwise I would have stopped it. just gonna sit down. That's nice. That is nice, actually. A zombie, you know, zombie, you don't look a day over 21. Alright. I'm gonna be 22 actually very soon. Not my birthday yet, but very, very soon it will be. Aren't you 14? Are you talking to zombies? Be very, very... Well, actually, no, you're fine. You're good. You're good. That's good. That's a good age. My mum's older than you. Oh. Oh my god. Oh, it's so nice. I think it's just the hot drink is helping. Oh god. Oh, I've got a story for you all, by the way. It's a story of woe. So, because me, my parents, and my brother, and our, you know, obviously respective significant others, were all going to this wedding, there was no one at home to look after the cats, and you can't leave a cat unattended for a week. That's not fair. So, I had to take them to the cattery. The night before, we went, and Max, he's got arthritis in his legs, so every couple of weeks he goes to the vet to get jabbed. And obviously, it's not like the jab is painless, it's not painful, but, you know, I'm sure it's not very comfortable. He's not a very big animal, and the needle, although it's quite small for a human, I'm sure it's quite big for a cat. It's probably like being jabbed by a horse needle, so he doesn't like it. And obviously, what he suffered was worse than that, because instead of going to the vet, he went for a 10-day staycation at the cattery. So, not only did I have to fight him on the way in, and I did have to fight him, like, genuinely. He was running all around the house, he was, like, escaping the burrito that I put him in, he was scratching and clawing, he did not want to go. And then, once he got there, he wasn't very happy to be there. He didn't eat anything for like a week, according to the lady who was looking after him. And now that he's home, he runs from me every time I go near him, which is a little bit heartbreaking, if I'm honest. I went down and he actually let me feed him some biscuits this time, so you know, he's forgiving me slowly, but yeah, it's not a nice feeling, but you know, I had to. I had literally no option. What's a cattery? Oh, it's like it's where you like put a cat for while you're on vacation. They like look after it while you're away. I don't know what it's called in America, but here it's called a cattery. A cat hotel. Did Max scream? Yeah, he screamed. He did not enjoy any of the process. It did not help the fact that he was trying to escape the cage after I put him in it. So, during his escape attempt on the way down, he managed to roll the cage in the back of my car from one side to the other. And then he just stopped meowing. I'm like, oh my god, he's knocked himself out. So I go back, he's upside down, flips the other way around, I flip him back and he's like, meow, meow! Oh, it was a disaster. It was so horrible. I felt like the worst person in human history. But it literally had to be done. So yeah, so you're probably not going to see much of Maxwell. He's slowly getting back to his normal self, but he hasn't forgiven me. He has forgiven my parents though, which I suppose is a benefit. But not me. You can't be serious. I will end your whole career. Yes, I do have my cup of tea for the record. It is lovely. Yeah, not good, not good. But he's forgiven my parents at least, because at the start he was like, he ran away from them. I guess he was very much not happy in the Kitty Hotel, but he's forgiven them, and now he's back to his normal self around them. But around me, doesn't like me. Does not like me. I did, like, there was a lot of bungling that had to go. He did not go willingly. Put it that way. It was a fight, which he lost, but only just. This is my, like, 7th cup of tea today, if I'm 100% honest with you. I'm running on caffeine and hope. It's like, I just need a hot drink. I was looking for hot chocolate, but we don't have any, so this is all I've got. I've got some honey in it to, like, soothe my throat, I guess. But I don't have any of the liquid honey. I've got kind of like the paste honey, which I'm not sure is the right choice, but it's what we got, so we've got to make do and mend, you know? $69, nice. Oh my god, I'm being surrounded like that. Sorry. I couldn't cover my mouth for that one because I'm flying. Okay, let's drop all of this crap because we won't need it. Bean, how are things with your mum? Have you come clean or not? I don't know what the right answer, but the right way to ask this question is obviously, you know, don't answer if it's gonna get you murdered. This is Max trying to express interest in his viewers' lives, but the correct amount of interest in his viewers' lives, which is probably none, but you know. Oh my god. Sorry, that it is so nice. No, every time I've got close, I've gotten into an argument. Oh, that's not very good. I hope you guys can find some common ground. Family's tricky. Family is tricky. You know, it's not easy. It's not easy. But you guys are very lucky to be able to see them every day, you know? Some of us are not that lucky. I'm gonna guess that my Sarko can't run that down, so we're gonna grab health. Who would win? Level 30 Sarko or Cave? We'll find out. You have it scheduled for September 1st. You're doing it on my birthday, are you? Congratulations. Life is your creation. Come on, Beanie. Let's go party. Yeah. I'm gonna take a sip of tea after that one. Tastes like blood. Doesn't actually, I'm fine. Well, I'm actually not fine. I'm slowly dying, but that's okay. Death is just another path. One that we all must take. Come on, ally. Move your fat bum through here. You useless reptile. There's some species of iguana that are more useful than you. Can you, like, actually move at all? Like, you can fit through this. I know you can. Because I've taken crocs through this place before, so don't give me that crap. Thank you. Well, Bean, we'll raise a glass of tea, or whatever your favourite beverage is, pardon me, on your, for good luck. Tea. So it's the sort of thing you schedule a day for, is it? I sort of figured you just like, I mean, obviously I'm not an expert, but like, don't you just like yeet? Is that not how it's done? Or is it like, is there like an operation happening on that day or something? This is me trying to ask politely. I don't know if it's working, but we're doing our best. Come on in, overgrown lizard. Have at thee! Ally is the alpha predator. Nay, she cannot be defeated by mere mortals. She was put on this earth by the devil himself. And the devil looks after his own. Probably. Honestly, that was so easy. Alright, hang tight. Anything for me, nothing for me. Anything for me, nothing for me. I've been working all my life, but now I found my lady wife. I'm staying right here. I won't go sailing anymore. I won't. Uh-oh. Holy Jesus. To the death! Oh my god, there's too many of them. There's so many. Fight! Fight, Croc! Fight for our right to live! Suffer not the insect to live. The only good bug is a dead bug. Okay, no, now's not the time for that. Now is not the time for that. We gotta fight. We have to fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero until the morning light. And it's gotta be crocodile shaped, it's gotta be fast, and it's gotta be fresh from the fight. I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero until the morning light. Ugh. Well, I'm back to being worried technically. I schedule everything next. I schedule my first kiss. Why? Autism fair. Rest in peace, little swishy. Let this be a reminder to you. In all things, trust only in the max. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. I am one with the Force, and the Force is with me. Max, am I good upstairs? What are you asking me? Are you asking me if I've got the tism? Or are you asking me if my brain is working? Because the answer is not quite, and not quite. This crocodile is an absolute legend. Like, that was a lot of people to murder. Good job. Or are you asking me if I am upstairs? Which the answer is yes, I am upstairs in my bedroom. How did you know? I'm not saying that's creepy, but I'm just saying that, like, should I be concerned? Have I reached the stage of YouTube fame where I'm, like, starting to be stalked? I mean, being honestly, you should feel honored. Zombie does not sacrifice to Cthulhu lightly. Well, yeah, I've got no food. What do you expect me to do? Chow down on raw meat? Like, how do you think this is gonna work? Holy Jesus. That's a lot of arthropoda, and they are actually quite dangerous. Case in point. Oh my god, it's gonna be a sprint, isn't it? Stand and fight. Okay, we're gonna be running. Good luck. Flee! Flee for your lives! Run! Run for your lives! Every man for himself! Flee! Get the gun out. Okay, well, that was a bit disaster, but that's alright. Let's just get out of this cave, just in case they're still following me. I hate how my laptop keeps turning off. Well, damn and blast, we lost our Sarko. Which coincidentally means that we're now in the middle of a forest with no defense. Save a gun. Which, to be fair, like, if you're in a forest full of dinos, a gun is probably what you need. But I have a long way to get home. Not a lot of hope to do it. I'm going to have to make a boat. At least we survived. It's not nothing. A brick, because then you can say, what's the difference between a ginger and a brick? A brick gets laid. Get it? It's quite funny. Holy Jesus, I was about to shoot that list of sword. That's how, like, on edge I am right now. To the town of Alfreda rode a stranger one fine day. Hardly spoke to folks around him, didn't have too much to say. No one dared to ask his business, no one dared to make a slip, 'cause the stranger there among them had a big iron on his hip. He's an outlaw, loose and running, came the whisper from each lip. And he's here to do his business with a big iron on his hip. In the town there lived an outlaw by the name of Dilophosaurus. Ba 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 da 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 da. 20 men had tried to take him, 20 men had made a slip. 21 would be the ranger with the big iron on his hip. Don't worry how I know these things, you know, but when if you'd be in some trouble, you would be. Oh, okay, Swishy. I will quake with fear until my eventual demise. But, you know, death is just another path. One that we all must take. I hate compies. Bloody annoying things. Holy. That arrow's bigger than you. There's no way you'd survive that. Are we playing this game? So I'm gonna make you into food. Ow. How are you doing? Making any progress? Excellent. Fiber. Die. paddled away from brave England's white sands to search for my long ago forgotten friends, to search for the place I hear all sailors end. Da 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 da, as I live all the years that they left me behind. I fear not the weather, I fear not the sea. I remember the fallen, do they think of me? And their bones in the ocean forever will be. Hopefully we don't get eaten by something. I'm just waiting for it to happen, to be honest with you. That would be the final disaster. But you know what? If anything tries to eat me, I'll empty the clip on it. I'm going to take the American strategy. You like that one, do you, Bean? Ugh. So sweaty and I feel cold. I think I've got a fever. Death surely must follow. Alright, should we just yeet? YOLO? I wonder if we're faster than a megalodon. I feel like a megalodon would attack a raft because, like, it looks like a whale, kind of. Don't know. Not sure I want to find out. I mean, Bina, that's your decision. You can tell whoever you want to tell. Or don't tell whoever you want to tell. I hope it goes A-OK for you. Rule Britannia, Britannia rules the waves. Britons never, never, never shall be slaves. Off the coast of Isle Letigia, that's what we're going with. Isle meant to be, with 1,500 people and 500,000 trikes. The day they were invaded, everybody learned the name. A barren little colony. Got a bit of fame. We stocked our ships full of British. What was that? Oh, we're so screwed, aren't we? Come on. I'm English. Master of the 7 seas. We can do this. Just keep going. Oh my god, it's gonna eat the raft. We're almost there, though. Ah. We made it. Yeah? You want some, mate? You want some? I'll bloody give it to you. Huh? Stay with yourself. Bloody fish. Yeah, that's what I bloody thought. That's what I bloody thought. Huh? Coward? Coward, I say. Ah, victory is mine. And my raft? Barely grazed. I got the perfect plan. Come, demon. Fight me. Where'd it go? Can I get back on the raft? Yeah, it's pretty easy. I do not fear you, fish. Have at thee. Huh? Whoa! Oh, I fear you! I'm very scared! Volley. Volley. Swim. Where did it come from? Huh? Holy Jesus, this thing is fast. Ooh! Nice shot. Good hit, good hit. Bring it down. How much health does it have? A lot, probably. Come on, you overgrown tuna. Do I have... I've got nothing to fight it with. Oh, ooh. Okay. Let me swear to you now, fish. There will be consequences for your actions. One day, the British Empire will return. I will have my vengeance. Hello, Mumsy. I'm alright. I moved my dentist appointment, so I'm all good.
Are you really going?
I'm going on my birthday.
Look at you.
Oh no. Do you want to say?
2nd of September.
Yeah.
That's the day that I'm going. We
Oh,
can go together.
you want to say hi to the chat?
I know.
Yeah. Do you not like them? Is that a no then, Mum? Jeez, savage. Am I doing anything to this? I feel like the answer to that question is no. Hi Max's mum. Max is still alive. Hey Max's mum. Hi Max's mum. Sorry, she doesn't like you guys. I don't know what to tell you. Hello, father. Don't tell me you're bringing the cat in with you.
No, how many cups have you got?
2.
And this one?
3.
And that's just today?
Yeah. I've been having tea for my throat. It's been useful.
Have you done a COVID test?
No.
You should.
Probably. Do you want to get me one? And I'll do it. COVID test live on stream 2025, sorry. See, the reason is, if I have COVID, Dad can't go to work, so that'd be kind of a disaster since he's retiring this week. Ugh.
Dad would like you to do COVID test.
I will do one, Mother. Da 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 ba ba da ba da da ba da. Well, my dad works in the medical field, so the problem is in Canada, if you've got COVID or if you think you might have COVID, you can't go to work. So, irregardless of whether or not it's accurate, that's the fear per se. Some way, somehow, I will have vengeance against that fish. But first, I have many things I need doing. Your dad is a medic? No, my dad is not a medic. Sorry, hang on. I'm trying to think of how much information I want to share on the internet. He works in the medical field. Alright, I'm gonna go see my parents. Stuff a thing up my nose and then I'll come back. Maybe maybe I'll do it in front of the microphone so you guys can bond with me as my eyes water up. Tune in for an ARK gameplay video, and this is what you get. Okay, so for those of you who've never taken the COVID test before, where were you? Step one. Yeah, bang. Stick up nose. Bang. Step two. Grab. I was wrapping with that. I must not be very well at all. Right, step three. Grab two. Sorry, step two. Hang on. Clean up some of my cups here. Step two. Grab vial with suspicious liquid in it. Okay? Alright. Instructions, of course, are for girls, but when it comes to doing all these sort of items, you want to make sure you read the instructions. Okay. So that is all good to go. Grab and test. Stuff everything else back in the box. Like so.
Always a good idea to confirm it's in date, which it is. Okay. Play the game. Who's that Pokemon? Oh yeah, it's COVID too. No, I won't. It won't be like that. Play at home. If it is COVID, I'm going to damage someone back to do it. It's 1,000 years. Until either the disease takes me or I'm cured. I've had COVID a couple of times though, and I feel too good for it to be COVID. I feel a bit too good for it to be COVID, and also I've been down quite a few times. I think I've been 8 now. So if it is COVID, it's surprisingly effective at causing the issue. Okay, is this the one that needs to go all the way to the back of the nose, or is this the one that needs to go into the nose? So, yeah. It just needs to go in the nose. Ah, excellent. Did anyone else remember the early COVID tests where they shove in this absolutely gigantic stick in the back of your throat? Good luck, everybody else. Okay. Talking, so I don't really want to shove it up my nose, but I don't really have an option much. Probably. Yeah, okay. Let's get on with it. Do I have any tissue? I don't. I'm gonna go get some before I do this. Alright. Pfizer, AstraZeneca. Don't fail me now! When an oven gets hot. Yeah, I cooked a pizza, actually. I spoke to some of the doctors at the wedding who developed the, I think it's the AstraZeneca vaccine for COVID. They were telling me about how they did it. Okay, I'm going to stuff it up my nose now. God help me. Oh, Cthulhu. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I did it. I did that. Stuff in. Yep. Stuff in. Swish. Okay. Swished. Talking about how you can understand my pain for shoving it up my nose. Yeah, it's not very comfortable. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. This is it. This is the first ever COVID strep test that has ever been done on stream in ARC. This is a unique human experience that has never happened before and probably will never happen again. I'm currently having. Okay, alright. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. Do it now in the chat. Is it COVID? Or if it's not COVID, do you think... Let me do this again. Do you think it's going to be positive or negative, the test? Place your bets now. Sorry, I know I was off to the side. But, you can't understand me? What, is the microphone broken? 1, 2, come on. 3, 4. Okay, get this. How am I supposed to get closer to my microphone when I'm doing a COVID test? Have you seen my desk? It's 3 inches wide. Coincidentally, that's also my size as well. Kidding. Maybe. Alright, we got $3.14 on negative. Everyone's betting negative. Ugh.
Damn. Bean, you owe me $3.14. Yep, it's positive. Yep. I was just waiting to see if the control line came up, and it is coming up. It's positive. I have COVID. Yay! Okay, I better go and tell my mumsy that I have the vid. Damn, that is unfortunate. By a coffin. Oh, well that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'll send it to this one. You guys can't stand mine. Well, first you feel a little poorly, and then you start to smell, then you start to spit some blood, and then you really smell. Woo! Then it's time to ring your funeral bell. And then off comes Mr. Death, who wishes you to hell. It's alright. Got 8 different types of vaccine, and they're gonna go toe to toe with it. It's got no help, no hope whatsoever of dealing with love. My immune system was bred in the cities of London. The cities of London? I don't get it. The reference. My immune system was bred on the streets of London, and only in the streets of London can it be undone. It's like the One Ring, but immune system like. This pathetic Chinese disease will have nothing on me. No mercy, no respite, blood for the Bat God, skulls for the Bat Throne. It's all fun and games until someone eats a bat. Ugh. Oh well, at least I'm justified in my death. It's bloody unfortunate though. Oh, thank you, Dean. Mum's FaceTiming me. Hello, Mumsy.
Dad says you have to be in isolation
Yeah, I sort of gathered that already.
because we have to be at work next week. It's our last work week. We
Right.
have to go off sick. Let's do the recording.
Yep, I understand. Yeah.
Or if you do come down when we're at work, you have to make sure that you clean everything behind you
I will.
with wipes. I'll leave some wipes outside your door.
You're gonna have to clean everything already because I've been down there today.
I know you have. I mean, I don't think we're not going to get it because you touched the cats. We've touched the cats. You've been through the drawers.
Yep.
You've been in the cupboard. So I don't think that we're not going to get it. Anyway, how bad are you?
I'm fine at the moment.
Just sniffling.
I had a fever this morning, but I kind of got over it a bit quick. So I don't think I'm not going to keel over and die. Put it that way.
I'm just checking because you know Dad's now in panic mode.
Is he? Good. Oh well.
Right, so you're going to have your dinner on a tray up there.
That's fine. Me and the chat can bond.
So it will be the steak today, baked potato.
Okay.
Is that alright?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you, Mother.
Will you be able to read that?
Yeah, I'll stay in my room and...
Alright, so I'll take the wipes and wipe down everywhere. Or I'll go and change and put bleach in something.
Yeah.
Well done, Jake.
It's way more...
Yeah, it is, yeah. Off you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told me. Yeah, you didn't actually need to come and show it to me. You could have just FaceTime me.
To be fair, I did hold my breath while I was in your bedroom, so...
Wow, yeah, so there's going to be no particles of virus around whatsoever.
Good luck, everybody else.
Alright then, so if you wanted to communicate with us, if you want drinks or anything, do you want anything to drink?
I would love a juice, please. I don't need another tea, but I would love a juice of some description.
Right, a juice of some description, because you drunk all my favourite juice.
I did drink it, yes.
Yes, I think it's just cranberry now, so you'll have to go with cranberry, unless you've got any iced tea left over.
I don't know if I do. If I did, it'd be downstairs.
Yes, I know where it'll be. Alright then, so you need a drink.
I would love a drink, and if you have any throat lozenges, I would love some that are in date. I did search the drawer already, but...
Well, it doesn't matter whether they're in date or not. Anything will do, okay?
Alright, okay.
Alright, I will go and get those. Anything else you need?
Yeah.
Do you want some tissues?
I would love some tissues, yes.
A box of tissues.
Okay, that box of tissues and a drink is all I need.
Alright then, do you want ice in it?
Yeah.
Alright then. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. Do that again.
It's getting more red as time's going on.
Alright, so I'm going to edit this, okay?
Yeah, bye mum.
Big.
Bye mumsy. Death is just another... you know, COVID won't lay me low. I've had it like 8 times, so... Like, honestly, my immune system should be so prepared to face this. It should be like a walk in the park. Okay. May God... Excuse me. May God grant me mercy from this disease. Oh well. Life goes on. In the jungle, the mighty jungle. I'm probably already over the worst of it, because I woke up this morning with a horrible fever, and I feel fine, so... You know. It's fine. We'll be fine, boys. We'll be fine! Don't even worry about me. We got this in the bag. So easy. I'm gonna emote on this COVID, you know? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. That's literally the only one I ever got in Fortnite. The basic one. You can... Oh, okay, alright. I guess I'm banished to my bedroom for the foreseeable future then. Cool, cool. Bean is a man of his word. Or a woman of her word, or whatever. Bean, what do you want? You still haven't told us what you want. No, well, Bean is off to eat dinner, so the organic collective formerly known as Bean will not be here to answer my question. Do you think I could kill that Spino with my gun? It's got blood on it. Sorry, I'm not American. British man misses shot, immediately says not American. I'm gonna get demonetized. Oh my god. Got eaten by megalodons. I was watching a meme on my phone earlier today, and it was, I kid you not, it was like, oh, American students do get experience in the metric system when they find a 9mm. I'm sure that's not very politically correct, but I did find it quite funny. That's how the British lost. Ah, yeah, whatever. War of 1812, are we going to talk about that one, or are you going to conveniently forget that one? You know, that war that you started because you wanted to annex Canada last time. Last time the Americans came for Canada. What level are you, sir? Oops. That's what I want. Level 16. You are a good level. I mean, you're not a very high level, but you're a good level for me to attempt to catch, so I'm on board. Okay. Let's do it. Uh-oh. Is it running immediately? No, it's trying to eat that parasol. I miss. Holy Jesus. Why do I suck so much at this game? Question I find myself asking too many times. Uh-oh. Oh no. That was my own dinosaur! Whoops-a-doopsie! I mean, you know, we can talk about what you like, but the fact is we won that one. You know, if the goal was to annex Canada, Canada is very much currently unannexed. Currently being the key word, perhaps. Sorry, I know I'm breaking my own rules left, right, and centre. What can I say? I'm naughty, babe. I'll let you whip me if I misbehave. Da 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 da. Drinks on me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Who's a sexy Barry? Da 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 da. Yeah, I will admit this is a strange. I'm a strange boy. Okay. I don't know why we're singing this, but you know, these things happen. Let's not get bogged down with the who's, the what's, and the whys. Let's focus on the he, how, and the do. The do 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 baby shark do 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 baby shark attack do 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 shark attack do 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 shark attack. Bean is a bean of the word. Bean is a bean of their word, to be fair. Bean put their money where their mouth was, and you know what? May have taken an L, but I need a name for Baryonyx, and for God's sake, anything but Bob, Bill, Jim, put some like creativity in it. I know I'm asking a lot for my chat, because you guys, I mean, put it this way, I don't think you're gonna create like, you know, the Mona Lisa anytime soon. Most YouTubers, oh, my chat's so nice. Max, I hate my chat, everyone in it. Patterns are... Jesus Christ. I feel like... do you have any other suggestions other than just naming my Baryonyx tank? Hello, Parzival. Corkscrew. Corkscrew. Okay, alright. That is not tank, to be fair. I don't know what I was expecting, but from zombie I was thinking like Cthulhu or like Tentacle Man. James. I dubbed the swish. Uh-huh. Give it to the chorus. Da-da-da-da, weddy-dowdy, drinks on me, da-weddy-dowdy. Don't you see who you're twerking with? Da-da-da-da-da, look at those hips, da-da-da-da-da. I don't know where that came from. Ugh. Is that the cold hand of death I feel on my shoulder? Is it my time? Has it come to this? Is the end nigh? Alright, Swish, hang tight here. I first off, I don't drink. It's not like I'm a, you know, I'm not a teetotaler or anything. I don't drink because I don't like the taste, and also my liver has a handy dandy little genetic mutation, which means that it will explode if I chug too much. Which, you know, honestly is, it sounds bad, but like it's not the end of the world, because at least I know I have an excuse. No one can be like, oh, peer pressure, because it's like, no, can't do it unless you want me dead. Which I acknowledge quite a few people seem to. Ugh, sweaty again. It's okay, it will pass in a little bit. I've been roaming all my life, but now I found my lady wife. I'm staying right here. I won't go sailing anymore. I won't obey the ocean's call. I'm staying right here. I'll be a man of the land. I'll be a man of the trees. I'll be a man wherever my woman will be. I won't be any captain's mate. I won't be servant of the seas. 'Cause this pretty little woman is all I need. 18 hours cabin boy to fearsome Captain Buckleroy. I'm staying right here. When I was sick you fed me cantonine until I said that I felt fine. I'm staying right here. I'll be a man of the land. I'll be a man of the tree. Yes, mother? Thank you. I'll be a man wherever my woman will be. I won't be any captain. won't be servant of the seas, 'cause this pretty little woman is all I need. At 25, no man alive could match my skill for gunning. I'm staying right here. The captain, he got drunk one night and sunk the blasted cannon. I'm staying right here. I don't know why this is in my head. Well, maybe we need to find something else to do while I annoy you all with my singing. I mean, like, you say it sucks, but you guys do keep coming back. So, like, I'm just saying 404 does not compute. You know, if it sucks that much, why do you guys keep coming for more? Alright, let's go find Swish. A recruiting sergeant came our way from an inn near town at the close of day. He said, "My Johnny, you're a fine young man. Would you like to march along behind a military band with a scarlet cloak and a fine cock's hat and a musket at your shoulder?" A shilling he took and he kissed the book. "Oh, poor Johnny, what'll happen to ya?" "Oh, Polly, the rout has now begun, and we must go a-marching to the beating of a drum. Come along with me, I'll take you to the bloody wars in high Germany. Ba-ba-da-da-da, Harry, mind well what I do say. My feet, they are so tender, and I cannot march away." Okay everyone, let's boycott Maximus D since that's what he wants. I live for the boycott Swish. Swishy, sorry. Your new name is Swish, I hereby dub you Swish. Boycott me harder, peasant. Anyway, I think there's already a Maximus D122 boycott coming on. I think Jammin is the leader, so he's got like a Discord group where he plots my demise, I'm pretty sure. And honestly, fair enough. Pardon me. You know, if I was a viewer of my own channel, I would plot my demise as well. Please tell me there's not a huge fish waiting to eat me. For example, that one. Goddamn fish. There will come a day, there will come a time when I end his miserable existence. It will happen. And when it does, I will claim victory for the Royal Navy once more. I have not Discord. Oh, well, I don't know what to tell you then. That's where they all do their scheming, plotting, and murdering, is on Discord, so... bad luck, I guess. Okay, somehow we gotta get this thing back to my island without being eaten by a massive fish. Don't know how we're gonna pull that off, but we're gonna make it work somehow. I mean, worst case scenario, I guess we can abandon the raft and flee on Swish, but I'm not confident that Swish is gonna be able to survive the oceanic crossing. That's why we've got a raft in the first place. Okay, let's just sprint. Is sprinting the plan? Is that the plan? Is that the best plan? Is this HMS? Yeah, this is HMS Boaty McBoatface. Or HMCS, technically. His Majesty's Canadian ship. That's right, we're feeling patriotic. Rule Canada, Canada rules the waves. Canadians, ever, ever, ever shall have beavers. Rule Canada. Canada rules the waves. See? The fish dare not mess with me when I'm spousing Canadian propaganda. Do you see that? Just saying. Fish been awfully quiet. Okay, our first like actual predator has arrived on this island. Hello. Why are you saying you Canadian? You knew I was Canadian. I am Canadian. I have Canadian citizenship. Why are you like you Canadian? It's literally like half the brand of this channel is that I am Canadian. Well, British Canadian, I suppose. Hello. Could you do a little climb here, Baryonyx? Maybe don't swim that way. Just saying, you might want to get out the water, my dude. Health. Melee damage. Health. Melee damage. Melee damage. Manta Ray is being really bloody annoying. I will end your career, if that's what it comes to. Do you want to go? Do you want to go? I will end you. Got a text from someone. Is Kayla testing? I don't think Kayla's still coding. She's in a much better position than I am. In the sense that I'm sitting here waiting for my inevitable demise, and I think she's getting on with her life. Ooh, I'm sweaty. Holy Jesus. Maybe it's warm in this bedroom. Running the computer does, like, heat up my room quite a lot, to be fair. That's my girlfriend. You asked me if I can hold my breath for 5 minutes? I can try. I don't think I can do 5 minutes. Might be able to do like a couple minutes. Should we give it a go? Alright, Max Misty 1-2 inaugural breath hold begins now. Ready? I think that's as good as I can do right now. Okay, I need to go brush my teeth and get the stuff from outside, so I don't know if it's just swishy, but hopefully it's the cells anyway.
inside. Drink delivered by my mother. Just checking on the chat. Anyone else here? No one, just me? It's just you and Zombie. I think everyone else is having dinners and stuff. Right, throat lozenges achieved. I don't really know if I want to pop a throat lozenge while I'm streaming. But I don't want you guys hearing my demise. I also just like brushed my teeth. And I feel like, oh my god, that is so red. It was like very faint when I did it earlier. A throat lozenge, like a throat sweet. I don't know what you call them in America. You guys barely speak English the best of times. sorry everybody. I just want to make it clear I do not have a hatred for Americans. Usually. I will say the most annoying thing about this whole political situation, which I'm not going to talk about because we're going to get into a fight again, but the thing that is affecting me the most is the fact that every time I go to a grocery store, you know, I have to check and see, oh, is it made in Canada or is it made in America? And if it's made in America, then I can't have it. And it's just, ugh, it's just a disaster. They have started, like, welding, there's, like, Canadian flags now on the stuff which is made in Canada. So that you know whether or not it's Canadian or American. Which is nice, like that makes it a lot easier for me to like, okay, this is American, or this is Canadian, but not every grocery store does it. And some of the food that I like to eat is American, like orange juice, for example. Can't get any orange juice, it's all from California. So, annoying, but you know, we're making do. That's why I've got cranberry juice right now. I'd love an orange juice, but it is what it is. Cough drop, yeah. Cough drop. That is the right name. Thank you, Zombie, you're very useful. Why does it matter? Ah, it's a movement in Canada at the moment. It's support Canadians, basically, is the movement. Support local Canadian growers and producers and, you know, keep our economy ticking. I would say that most people are taking part in it. Probably about, well, at least 70% of the people I know are taking part in it. But, you know, the idea is that it keeps the Canadian economy ticking, which, you know, as a Canadian is important. That's the plan, anyway. Whether or not it's effective, well, the jury's still out on that front. Oh, you did say it first. Sorry, Swishy, I didn't see. It's a boycott, yeah. That was basically the word I was trying to use without actually using it, Zombie. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like boycott is very, like, political. But I suppose, like, there's no difference between boycott and... I love how my, like, Basilosaurus or whatever is just running around with its face in the ground. That's interesting. You've got some views, do you, Swishy? That's fair enough. Everybody's got views. I even have views. Like, I know. Absolutely unheard of YouTuber having views. Who knew? Pikachu. Should I begin my apology video? I would like to apologize to my viewers for their incompetence and their hatred towards me. I will get better viewers. How do I do? Zombie says I need to work on my apologies. I think I'm like top tier apology boy. What level are you? You're level 44, Swish. You might actually be good enough to go fight in that cave.
But then again, I did take the croc in, and the croc got absolutely murdered, so we probably want to keep leveling you up a bit. It's funny, because at one point I vowed that I would never kill a herbivore on Herbivore Island, and that has just gone out the window quite rapidly. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we got to be careful that we don't hit like all of these trikes or Ankies, because that would be a lot of things to fight. What is that? Oh, it's a tree. It's a weird spawn for a tree, but okay. Like, I want to eat fish to try and level this guy up, but at the same time, do not want to end up being food for the big fish. You know, the big boy fish. The fish to all end, to all end. The fish to end all fishes. That one. Rip your internet? Oh, well, rest in peace, Swish. See, Swishy, Swishy, not Swish. Swish is my dinosaur. I find that interesting. I find that interesting. Why do you find that interesting? I don't think Swish needs internet. Well, you must have internet because you're still watching the stream unless you're using your data. I feel like we're doing a little dance here. And at some point we just gotta like cut to the chase. So let's cut to the chase, you know? We can play this dance, but I'm curious. I need to know. Why do you find the boycott interesting without discussing a political party, preferably, or politics in general? I acknowledge that this is a politically charged question, but if you can do your best to avoid it, smashing. Is it like American pride? I feel like there's a lot of Canadian pride going around right now. I mean, depending on who you ask. Obviously the Albertans don't have much Canadian pride, but, you know, they're Albertans. Not that there's anything wrong with Albertans specifically, just in general, they tend to be the more separatist of Canada. Them and the Quebecois. But the Quebecois doesn't necessarily want to be like part of another nation. They just don't want to be in any nation. I wonder if they'd be part of France. I actually don't think they would. I don't think France would take them because they don't speak like proper French. Like Canadian French and like French is actually different. Now, if you're from Quebec and you're talking to a French person, of course you can understand what they're saying, but it's like if you're English and talking to Americans, there's an accent, or the other way around, of course. I don't know. I actually don't know what Quebec would do. I would imagine they'd want some sort of thing with France. But then again, I'm not from Quebec, so maybe I'm not the best person to... I mean, I don't know how to avoid that. Alright, I've been gone for roughly 35 minutes. What did I miss? Me and Swishy are delicately dancing around politics in a delicate fashion. And I've got code. And we've got a new baryonyx. I can sort of understand, to be fair. Like, if you're American, you probably don't want to hear about how your goods are being boycotted I can understand that. I wouldn't be pleased to hear about Canadian goods being boycotted either. Although, well, I'm not a goods producer, so I guess it doesn't really matter to me. Canada first. Woo! It's funny, we just, in the Canadian Parliament, we've got the opposition party and then the main party. So it's a little bit different than the American Parliament. Well, I guess the Americans have the Senate, don't you? Or whatever. Which, honestly, I'm just waiting for the American president to go. Not necessarily this American president or the last American president, but just an American president to go, I am the Senate! I wait with bated breath. I'm sure it will happen at some point. Someone's going to quote Palpatine. It will be funny if it happens, I should say. Das by Palpatine, this is how we do it down in Puerto Rico. I just want to hear you screaming Arandito. We'll continue this convo when I'm back. Alright, think of a way to talk about it without talking about any political parties. Good luck. This is supposed to be an inclusive space. We do our best. We do our best. I want to make it very clear that although I don't talk about politics, I will not tolerate any well, I mean, obviously I've got a very good group of people, so you guys don't need this reminder, I know, but just for the record, for those of you wondering, if the anti-politics rule does not include, like, you still have to be polite to people, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I expect I expect you all to be welcoming and caring to any and all. Unless it's an alien. Let's be xenophobic. It's really in this year. Let's find nasty, slimy, ugly alien to fear. There's no more cutesy stories about E.T. phoning home. Let's learn to love our neighbours like the Christians learned in Rome. We know we ought to hate them. They're different, yes see. We've seen them mean and ugly on movies and TV. The folks that ought to know have told us how it's got to be. The gospel truth is found in scenes from Alien and me. Let's wipe out any life form that seems to be a threat. The next verse is probably not appropriate for YouTube. Don't know what I need to repair this. We'll probably be fine. We're talking about the Canadian boycott of American goods. That's the convo we're currently having. But obviously, the anti-politics rule requires us to dance quite gracefully, I might add, around the core of the issue, which, you know. Basically, if you agree with me, you're an idiot. So good luck. But if you don't agree with me, you're also probably an idiot. We're all not very smart, in general. I mean, if we think about it, the average IQ of a gamer is probably lower than the average IQ of the standard population. Do not eat my boat. I swear to Godfish, I will end your entire bloodline. I whip my swish back and forth, I whip my swish back and forth, I whip my swish back... I don't know what I'm singing anymore. Oh, I had salad, broccoli and mashed potatoes for dinner. That sounds nice. Ugh. I don't know if cranberry is the best juice for this. Made by your mum's fair hand, presumably. As if we miss a couple, they'll breed a couple more, and soon we'll all be hating twice as many as before. I don't like the fact that the dodo managed to put up a fight. We should probably murder a lot of stuff on our way. Well, I'm Canadian, so my opinion is going to be go Canada. Let's go Canada, let's go. But, you know, other opinions exist. Of course, of course, of course, of course, other opinions exist. It's a big coelacanth, I kind of want it dead. Come on, come here. Damn it. Hello, Flo. But I don't think you remember me at all. It's been a little while, Flo, but I remember the name. I'm not great with memory. But, hiya. Yeah, you were watching the ARC streams, weren't you? I seem to remember that you were watching the ARC streams, like 12 deaths ago, I think. I live in the States, you think I'd be pro-USA? I mean, life is better when we work together. Is that... I feel like that's the right response for all things in regards to this conversation. I think there's a... What's happening is that Canadians are feeling a bit... They're feeling a bit uneasy at the moment. That's the truth of the matter. We're all feeling a bit uneasy. We're all sort of wondering what's going to happen next. And it's not immediately obvious what's going to happen next, which makes us all feel uneasy. And that feeling of unease has to come out somewhere. And I feel like most Canadians have chosen for it to come out by just not buying American stuff, and that's fine. I'm not saying all Canadians, obviously. But, yeah, it's a shame, really. It is a shame. But, our Prime Minister recently signed a trade deal with the European Union, and Japan, and Korea, and China. So, you know, Canadians are making do and mend. But it's a shame. That's what we'll say. It's a shame it has to be that way. Am I doing good, zombie, or am I in trouble? I feel like I'm expressing the feelings without diving in too deep into politics, but I also acknowledge that any conversation about this is a political conversation. So, I believe I watched War Thunder, not Ark. Oh, I'm sorry, man. You know, I apologise. It's been a little while since I've watched War Thunder, since I've played War Thunder. I was going to play it today, but to be honest, I looked at it and I just did not feel like it. War Thunder is a game that you play like religiously for a couple months and then you just never play it again for a couple months, and then you play it religiously again. I had premium and then it ran out, and then I was like, well, you know, what's the point of carrying on? It's going to take forever to grind without premium. But I'm also adverse to buying premium on War Thunder. Even though I've played War Thunder so much, I've got like 2,000 hours in it, and you know, Gaijin probably definitely deserves my money for making the game that I play. At the same time, I don't know. I just don't want to give my money to Gaijin right now. What with them being a Russian company and all. But we'll see. Or, you know, maybe it will be sorted soon. I don't know. God help the Ukrainians, I suppose. which is probably political. I probably need to shut up. When I'm feeling bad, that's when the politics comes out. I need to practice what I preach. That's the problem. I'm not doing that. We're being naughty. Somebody's gonna ban me pretty soon. Apparently I'm doing good though. Going to zombie. Yeah, well, it's a shame. That's the truth of it. It's a shame. But we'll see. We will see. I'm lucky in the sense that, unlike most Canadians, I can leave. I can go back to England. You know, I have options. So if everything explodes, I'm not doomed. Basically, pardon me. You know, that would not be the first choice though. Put it that way. My girlfriend's got family here. I lived here basically my whole life. You know, I moved from England when I was 4. I'm 22 just about now. So I don't have a lot of connection to the motherland anymore. But it's nice to have an option, you know? It's nice. There is something reassuring about having 2 passports. One, because I get to go through the fast track gate when we go to the UK. Literally just slap my passport down on the gate and it just opens. That's it. Don't speak to anyone. I don't get my bag searched. I don't, you know, don't squat and cough. Okay, I know that this is a hot take, but the American, like, border security is the most, like, secure in the world, I guess. Maybe not secure. They're not nice. I know that, like, they're not supposed to be nice. They're supposed to be border security. But, like, if you go to Canada, you know, the guy's like, oh, where'd you go? What did you do? How was it? Did you have a good time? Did you bring anything back with you? Yada yada. You go to England, you don't even talk to anyone. They're just like, whatever. Have at it. And I went to America on a ski trip. Right. You know, with my friends. A couple years ago? 4 years ago now? Somewhere around there. And they were like, where are you going? What are you doing? Why are you coming to America? Who are you staying with? Do you know them? Do they know you? How much money do you have? And then they like searched through my bag. Which, you know, rude. I mean, I understand that they're entitled to search through my bag, but I'm entitled to be upset about it. Don't think you could fight a huge arm with a uh-oh. How did you manage to break my stuff? That's weird. How was I taking damage from that? Okay, let's leave. Flee! Flee for your lives. But yeah, it's sad. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say. It is a sad, sad situation. So sad. So sad. It's a sad, sad situation. But it's, you know, it's more upsetting for my girlfriend, obviously. Because my parents are moving back to the UK once my dad retires, so, you know, obviously that's a draw for me, but Kayla's family doesn't have that option to leave. She would, of course, but, you know, not her mum and her dad. Although, saying that, her dad is actually a German citizen, so This is good. I could collect 3 passports this way. British, German, and Canadian. German's useful because obviously Germany is part of the European Union, so if you want to go to like France or something, or Italy, you can kind of just walk in. Oh, my laptop's dead. Wait, so we talking about Oxford? Yeah, I was talking about Oxford. I went to Oxford with my girlfriend. See, my grandmama, she lives in a village next to Oxford, so it's like a 10-minute train ride to go into Oxford. Very, very like beautiful city. I like the European cities. I like that they're so dense that you can actually walk places, and there's lots of transport. It feels like basically what I'm trying to say. In England, if you don't have a car, which obviously we didn't, you can get from A to B without any severe issue. But in Canada, if you don't have a car, you're screwed. Basically. But obviously Canada, what's it like? Oxford is a very medieval looking city. The streets are quite narrow, very busy, cobbled. There's quite a few colleges around. Each college makes up Oxford University, so you'll see a bunch of really old buildings, stone, big windows, sort of like... It's hard to describe how old everything is in England to an American, I feel like. Because your guys' like definition of old is 100, 200 years. That's ancient. But in Oxford, most of the buildings are at least 200 years old. Some of them being as old as like 1,000 years old. The castle is like 1,500 years old or something. Maybe not that old. I think it's like 1,200. But you have to understand it's been inhabited forever. And the streets are basically where it was back in the day. So everything's very narrow. It's a sort of street that you'd get like a horse and cart down, but not like a normal car. So you'll find like a lot of the streets are one ways or two ways, but very, very narrow. It's crazy. It is crazy, but very beautiful. Very beautiful. The houses are very beautiful. So it's sort of tight together townhouses. Oxford University it's ancient, yeah, it's very old. We went to the museum, and the other thing that you need to know about England is there's no aircon. So it's like 35 degrees because it's a heat wave, and everyone's just sweating, dying, you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's so very beautiful. If you ever get the chance, I'd recommend it. But London is probably where everyone because, you know, London not too long ago was the world's capital. You can see Tower Bridge, and there's HMS Belfast, which is a light cruiser from World War II. I'm not sure I'd recommend Oxford University as like somewhere to go for a second year or for secondary education. First off, you have to get in and you have to pay international fees, which will be a lot for Oxford University. The amount of money you'll be paying will be extortionate compared to what you could do if you went to one of the Ivy Leagues in America. At least in an Ivy League you are American. I know the Ivy League isn't going to be cheap, but you know, you're not paying international fees. And it's hard to describe without seeing it, but colleges are a tourist hotspot. So all through the year that you're trying to study, you're going to find people standing outside your college, taking photos, you know, posing for the camera. And you're going to have to try and fight through them, which is going to be difficult, and I feel like that would be draining every day. Take, for example, pardon me. Might vomit, hang on. No, I'm fine. No, I'm not. Hang on. Yeah, I'm okay. It's like, oh, I'm gonna die. No, I'm not. Yeah, I am. No, I'm not. I'm fine. We're good. We're all good. We're all good. I don't know. I wouldn't recommend Oxford University as somewhere to actually go to study, because it is a tourist destination. And like, take the Oxford Natural History Museum. There's a bunch of lecture halls in the museum. So can you imagine having to fight through a bunch of tourists every time you had to go to a class in archaeology? You would lose your mind. But then again, on the other hand, a degree from Oxford University is arguably the most well-known and well-respected. I don't know how much it would cost to go to Oxford. One of my cousins got in, but he never actually went because it was ludicrous. And he was English, so I imagine it would be very expensive for an American. But yeah, I mean, arguably it's one of the more important degrees that you get in the world. Or one of the most one of the most reputable, how about that? But at the end of the day, it depends on what you're doing, doesn't it? As if you're going in for, like, English, you probably don't need to go to Oxford for English. I mean, you could if you wanted to, but I don't think anything that you're going to do with an English degree is going to... No one's going to look at your university that you went to. Everyone's just going to go, can you do English? Yes, no. Same for, like, biology. It doesn't really matter where you do your biology undergrad. What matters is that you get high grades, and then you do your PhD, if you're going into biology. And for the record, it does matter where you do your PhD in biology. English, creative writing, doesn't matter where you do your creative writing degree. Although saying that, some universities will be better than others. But that's true for every degree, really. No, thank you, whoever that was. Who was it? What happened? Someone tell me. Don't into the chat, I'm blind. What happened? Who subscribed? Zombie, help me. I need an adult. And when you say that, Bean, but you routinely come to a British person's stream. I don't know, the other thing about Oxford is that you have to understand that it attracts a certain type of person as well. Which, you know, maybe is the type of person that you like being around, but I know this is going to sound crazy because I spend most of my day being a Nepo baby apparently on this stream. I struggle being around people who are like, oh, you know, I've been born with a spoon in my mouth. I'm just better than you because Papa bought me a grand piano when I was 1. I hate that. I really do. There's nothing that annoys me more than people like that. It drives me up the wall. It's like, you're not better than me just because you've got more money. But I acknowledge the fact that I have been very lucky to have a very, very good upbringing. You know, my father is... We're not poor, put it that way. But, yeah, I don't know. It's up to you. What are you planning on doing, Bean? That really does if you've got the grades, Ivy League, Oxford, those are the places I would go. If you're just looking for somewhere, well, when I picked my university, I picked one that was... Unfortunately, I need to be careful here. Well, I mean, you probably already guess roughly the location where I live, and also, you know, I've put my writing up, which has my university linked. But my university is one of the top 50 in the world. It's a 45-minute drive from my house. It's convenient, and it gets the job done, and it's respected. Does it really matter for my biology/creative writing minor what university I went to? Probably not. As long as you end up with something in the end, it's fine. But, you know, talking about a master in creative writing, that does make a difference where you'd want to go. Because, you know, I would say I'm interested in it. For sure, I like writing. I love writing. It's been my sort of crutch in university, because I was super good at science in high school, you know, I got super high grades, and then got into university, and it was a bit of a shock. It was a bit of a shock. I didn't do as well as I thought I was going to do. You know, I didn't, like, obviously I haven't dropped out and failed, but, you know, I wasn't top of the class anymore. And it was tough. It was a tough transition, I suppose. I never really had to study in high school, so my first year university was a huge shock, because suddenly it wasn't enough to be smart, because everyone in the biology program is smart. Everyone who's there, you know, they were top of the class in high school, or if not top, then quite close. No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys, thank you. But yeah, it was tough. Accounting, I don't know enough about the accounting degree to know whether or not it makes a difference where you do it. If it does, then aim for the stars. If it doesn't, then maybe your local is good enough. But yeah, it was a shock. It was a shock. It took some adjusting, but we got there in the end. I'll never have the absolute highest grades now, because my first year average was like 62. It was coming from, like, my high school average was 95, so that was, yeah, that was rough. Yeah, it was rough. I remember it very clearly. Yeah, you know, I picked up a couple Fs in my first year, and that was, yeah, that was hard. That was hard. The thing is, at least for me, I based a lot of my, like, self-worth on how good I did at school, because I was always so good that, you know, of course I'm good, I'm the best, etc, etc. So, going from, you know, top of the class to, I mean, let's be honest, first year pretty much close to the bottom, it was hard. It was hard. And the thing I remember most out of everything was I don't remember exactly when it was, but you know, I'm going to carry it with me for the rest of my life. I remember coming in from uni one day, I think it was just after an exam, and I knew I didn't do very well. I knew that I was toast. And my mum was like, I am so disappointed in you. And yeah, I'm gonna have that for a little bit. I don't think that's gonna disappear anytime soon, put it that way. But I found a groove. I found a groove that works for me. The key is to not study just before an exam. It's to do a little bit every night. You know, you do a class, you spend an hour in the class, spend 30 minutes at home. studying. Or if you're me, don't even go home. Once you've finished all your classes for the day, sit in a room somewhere and just spend an hour going over everything. Because once you're home, there's too many distractions, there's too much stuff to do, you know, playing games, writing books. That's... Oh, Jesus Christ on a bike. We're gonna lose our swish, because they just dived off. You know, there's really damn good business flows. With that being said, Yale. That is up to you, my dude. I can't answer that question for you. You have to do what's best for you. And I don't know what's best for you. Because I didn't do accounting. And even if I did do accounting, I still wouldn't know what's best for you, because I don't know your specific situation. I wish you luck, though. I hope you do well. But try not to be too hard on yourself first year. It is an adjustment. And if it doesn't go well, you know, don't give up. I think that's the key. A lot of people first year doesn't go well and then they drop out. I understand. I get it. Trust me, I do. But if you just keep going, you will figure it out. But also some people take to university like a fish to water, so you may just end up top of the class, no worries. In which case, you know, I hate you. But aim for the stars. I wish you luck, B. I wish you luck. Do what brings you joy. And if that's Yale, then get in there, son. If that's whatever it is, Uno, then fair enough. But yeah, that was my university. Well, that is my university experience so far. I'm still living with the consequences of that first year, because obviously this is my 5th year at university now. But it's my 5th year because I chose to do a creative writing minor. So all I'm doing this year is creative writing, which is lovely. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a very chill year. And I've got one biology class to do, which is supposedly the hardest in the school. It's biochemistry. As long as we get through that, we're all good. Not very good at chemistry though, so we're gonna pray to the academic gods and give it a solid try. And perhaps the academic gods will be merciful this time. I killed a computer, I didn't know there was one there. Where were we? We were discussing the Canadian boycott of American goods. Last we checked in together. Although I still have to remind you that you cannot discuss politics, so you got to be careful. And I do hold my viewers to that. I don't want to hear any politician's name, ideally. Just because I know that there's so many different types of people who watch my streams, and I want to make sure that it's a place for everyone to come and chill. And I know conversation is good and all, but like, imagine it's like a Thanksgiving dinner table. You know? In general, you don't discuss anything too controversial at Thanksgiving, although maybe you do, I don't know. I'm not going to presume to know what your family does. Anyway, good luck, Bean. I look forward to seeing, or hearing, I suppose. So exciting, you got your whole life ahead of you right now. So many decisions you could make. Max, what do we need to do to cure you? You need to get 2 virgin sheep and rub them together to create an electric spark to start the Chernobyl nuclear reactor. Also, when's your B-Day? My birthday is... Do I want to tell you this? Probably doesn't matter. My birthday is September the 2nd. Yeah. I was born at 5 AM in the United Kingdom on September the 2nd. The United Kingdom is 8 hours in front of Canada. So, in Canada I was born on September the 1st. But in all my official documents it's September the 2nd, but usually I do something on the 1st because everyone goes back to school on the 2nd, so it's just easier. Excuse me, sorry. What do you mean it's the 3rd? It's not the 3rd. I was born at 5 AM in England. England is 8 hours ahead of Canada. Canada would still be September the 1st, because it would be... Oh god, you're making me do maths. What? 10? 9? 9? Maths, well done. Ugh. I'm so tired. So the problem is I'm jet lagged, is the thing. So obviously in England right now it's... Give 2 birthdays like my one friend. No, no. Usually we just do one of the birthdays, so, you know. We might do like September the 1st is the celebration, or if it's not school time then we do it on September the 2nd. But it's just whatever works basically. These things are tough. I don't know how they broke my armor that first time, because I'm not taking any armor damage, so I'm a bit confused. Sorry, Swish, to acknowledge your message, which I did read, but I didn't say anything. I think the reason behind that is, you know, Canadians are quite... I'm gonna go with upset at America right now, and perhaps not as upset with other countries at the moment. Whether or not that's fair, well, that's up to you, but... At least from my Canadian perspective, that's the reason behind that. you enjoying the key mashing? Do you key mashing ASMR? What do you think? Damn it. Unlucky. No, is there still a saddle? There is. I'm going to take that. You never know when you might need another saddle. Osako. I don't want you to think that you have to keep this convo going if you don't want to. I'm okay with it so far. If it becomes too much, I will definitely let you know. But currently, I think everyone's being respectful, so that's fine. I think we're gonna be okay. Should be some juicy levels up right there. No point having that. Baryonyx can't eat meat, can only eat fish, which is tragic, but it is what it is. Are you sure? Whatever you're doing is worth it. I'm sorry, what? Can you stop pooping and start killing? Thank you. Appreciate you, boo. What manner of thing is occurring in here? It feels like there's a bunch of spiders shooting. There can't be, though. I don't know. Probably health. You never have too much health, I don't think. We're level 80. I think this is as high as level we've ever been. Oh, this is going to be an issue. That's quite a good. I'll tell you that. Oh god, this is going to be a problem. We reach lower than half health we want. Mum messaging me. Nice, you play racing games, right? I do play racing games occasionally. I have partaken in the racing, yes. Why? I'm gonna go to bed pretty soon, I'm gonna be honest with you. Bullet just in case. This, after all, is my only defense once I get off this guy. No worries, Swish. I think I'm gonna call it pretty soon anyway. I'm just gonna get out of this cave and then I think that's it for the night, to be honest with you. I'm gonna go to bed. I'm sorry it hasn't been the most entertaining stream, everybody, but I've done my best. Just wanted to let everybody know that I was still alive and not dead, because Despite the fact that I told you all, like 8 times, that I was going to be in England, I got quite a few messages asking me where I was. So, just so you all know that I'm not quite dead yet, although, you know, COVID is working on it, apparently. But I'm sure my macrophages slash neutrophils slash dendritic cells slash T cells, well, mostly T cells, and natural killer cells, because this is a virus, not a bacteria. So if my neutrophils are getting involved, we're kind of screwed. But I'm sure that they'll get it under control pretty rapidly. So, yeah, I'm going to call it here. Wow, we broke the never end curse. Thank you, Swishy. Thank you, never end. What can I do to the car to decrease its 0 to 60 time? Increase horsepower, decrease weight, or change the engine settings. Not the gearbox. You might need a shorter first gear, or a longer first gear, or a longer second gear. Personally, I prefer decreasing weight, but up to you. Alright,